Shout out to Ashton Lewis for tagging me in this post right here. Listen, this story right here is so funny and so delusional that I could not pass this one up. Y'all are going to crack the hell up when you hear this. So this individual's name is Ralph Taylor. He clearly is a palm-colored man, but he just recently took a DNA test, and it revealed that out of the 100% DNA makeup that he has, only 4% of that came back as African, which means he's 96% palm-colored, no matter where the genetic makeup as far as nationalities go from around the world. He wants to take his 4% quote-unquote black ass and claim to be black. My thing is this. What the hell were you claiming all those other years before you decided to take this DNA test? My guess is it was not black. You were claiming white like all the other palm-colored individuals who might have a percentage of something else in them. And now you want to claim to yourself to be black. I'm telling you, the only reason he's probably doing this is because he's probably hearing this reparations talk right here, and he's trying to get in on the deal. This is exactly what those $5 Indians did to get the land and the resources that the Native Americans were supposed to have. All they had to do was say, I'm an Indian and I have $5. Here you go. Now I'm Indian with blonde hair and blue eyes. Meanwhile, the natives had dark hair and brown eyes and more broader features, where the palm color was more narrow features. Sort of like this guy here. You could not tell me that this guy had any oh my God. I haven't even gotten into the article yet. That's the craziest part. I just spent the first 2 minutes just talking shit. Are you serious? Let me get into this article because I'm certain it's going to take a while for me to get through this. A white man whose results from a DNA test showed that he is 4% African is fighting to be legally recognized as black. I hope they fight back and said that this guy is out of his damn mind. Not only does Ralph Taylor believe that he should be legally black based on his sense of identity, he also thinks that his Washington state business, Orion Insurance, should get all the benefits of being registered as a minority-owned entity. This guy is looking for a huge money grab. He is looking for a payout. Did you hear that? He said he's trying to get his business recognized as a minority-owned entity, meaning he probably will be able to get more funds. He better sit his lily white ass down somewhere with this shit. And Taylor doesn't stop there. He told HuffPost that he believes affirmative action, a set of laws that support minority groups that have been historically discriminated against, even though we know affirmative action benefited mostly white women, but they threw them into the minority category, and I think that's how they got into that category, was through that. He said shouldn't be focused on race and instead should take a look at socioeconomics because, in his words, we are all multiracial. He just went from he's black to all lives matter just in like a few sentences. He even says he quote unquote feels sorry for Rachel Dolezal, the race faker and former National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, also known as the NAACP, leader who was discovered to be actually white in 2015. But let's start from the beginning. This all started with a conversation at a Seattle bar where Taylor overheard a man talking about how easy it was to submit an application to certify his business as a minority business enterprise, or MBE. In 2014, the state of Washington awarded him an MBE certificate. However, when Taylor applied for a disadvantaged business enterprise certificate, he was denied, and the Office of Minority and Women's Business Enterprises said the application was rejected because he didn't meet their criteria of belonging to a minority group. From there, Taylor sued the OMBWBE and has now made it his mission to expose the flaws of affirmative action programs in typical palm-colored fashion. Taylor's argument is as follows. Now y'all gonna crack up when y'all hear this. He's a member of the NAACP. So are a lot of other white people, because white people actually founded it. Subscribes to Ebony magazine, which has not been black owned for years, and has a great interest in black and social issues. Well, don't we all? You and how many other people? Therefore, he should be able to identify as legally black. Oh, who knew that's all it took? Who knew all it took was for you to be a part of the NAACP, subscribe to Ebony magazine, and be a part of social black issues? Who fucking knew? He said, actually, none of the above makes you black, and that is true. But that doesn't matter, because in 2017, Taylor updated his birth certificate to a multiracial status of being black, Native American, and Caucasian, according to the HuffPost. Not to mention, he also marks himself down as being Hispanic. So what the fuck are you? He doesn't know who he is. He take one DNA test, he get 4% black back on it, and he thinks he is every goddamn culture that is in the world. So he's black, Caucasian, Native American, and Hispanic. So he's trying to claim everything to get every benefit. He gets the benefit of whiteness because they're the majority. Then he's going to try to get every other benefit under minority so he can get their benefits. This guy's a hack. Let's see here. It says, I chose them all. Hispanic is to embrace the Hispanic culture. Their self-identifying statements, Taylor told the news site. Since sharing his story, Taylor has said he has received death threats, but in order to prove naysayers wrong, he has taken a lie detector test. It was never about the money, he says, claiming that he hasn't benefited financially from his MBE status. Well, of course he wouldn't benefit because they don't see you as a minority. And it was about the money. Because if he was able to benefit from that so-called status that he applied for, he wouldn't be saying it wasn't about the money. And he knows, like I said, he's claiming every group possible that he can think of to get as much money from each group. He might as well just stuck to being white. I mean, I'm sure he was going to get many benefits from that. Next, Taylor talked about Rachel Dolezal, who was exposed as a white woman pretending to live life like a black woman by her own parents in 2015. Taylor told HuffPost that he wished he could have told her that all she had to do was identify. He has also shared his views on racism and how society has identified former President Barack Obama as black. If you rely on the group to tell you who you are, then that's sad, he told HuffPost. Critics believe that Taylor is playing a game and not actually trying to expose flaws in the political system. Writer and HuffPost Black Voices editor Taryn Finley said being able to tiptoe back and forth across a line between now I'm black, now I'm white, I'm multiracial, that's not identity, you're playing a game. It's a very nefarious way of using your privilege, and I don't think you're genuinely trying to expose a flaw in the system. Finley also took a DNA test that showed that she is 10% European. However, she said, I'm a black woman. My experience as a black woman cannot be passed as white. In December 2018, Ninth Circuit judges unanimously ruled against Taylor and in favor of OMWBE. Good. Because they probably looked at this man like, are you serious? Like, why are we even here? Why are you wasting time? The court argued that OMWBE did not act in an arbitrary and capricious manner when it determined it had a well-rounded reason to question Taylor's membership claims. But Taylor isn't throwing in the towel. He told the HuffPost that he is willing to live out of his car if it means seeing his lawsuit through to the end. However, the U.S. Supreme Court declined to hear his case over the summer, and he has run out of the appeals to the Ninth Circuit. Taylor also said he will be reapplying to the OMWBE this year and has already emailed the director about resubmitting his application. I don't even know why this dumbass even tries. They're not going to accept it. You are a white man. According to let me see. According to the news site, Taylor stated in the email that he would be sending them an amended birth certificate and asked, should I have the certificate amended to state that I am black without any other ethnicity? He added in the email that he can also have the certificate amended to state female if that will help. So now you've gone from changing your race to changing your gender. This guy is just seeking attention at this point. He said a statement that Taylor says points to the flaws in the affirmative action system. The system, the way it is now, needs to break, he says. No, sir, you need to sit your silly ass down somewhere because you are an idiot. Like, you tried to claim to be black after only having 4% DNA. You tried to register your business under some minority ship. That didn't work. Then you tried to do it again. That didn't work. Then you try to claim to be black, white, Native American, and Hispanic. That doesn't work. Then you said, maybe I should just put myself down maybe as a female. You know, like the whole affirmative action thing. I don't know if he was being facetious or not, but if he is not, that won't work. Like, just be you. You are a white man. This guy's probably about as worse as Rachel Dolezal. My goodness, that was hard to read, but it was like when I read the title. Let me read you the title because I didn't even read the title. It says white man with 4% African DNA who was fighting to be legally recognized as black says he even subscribes to Ebony magazine and feels sorry for race faker Rachel Dolezal and wish he could have told her that all she had to do was identify. When he says identify, he said all she had to do was identify as black and that would have been enough. That's almost an insult to us because what he's also telling the world or whoever's listening is that if you go and take a DNA test as a white person and you live your life as white and you just even have the slightest percentage of black in you, all you have to do is go out there and tell them that you're black because you have this little bit amount of melanin in your skin, in your DNA. And that's all it would take. Well, in that case, when they do a DNA test, palm colored, if that shit comes back as 4% Neanderthal, y'all should run around and say, I'm a Neanderthal. I'm a caveman. But they won't do that. But they want to claim a whole race of people, a social construct, might I add, that they have had a huge hand in subjugating for centuries. Now you want to claim us. But we know why it is. It's because of money. That whole reparations talk got them shook. So now they trying to be on the side where the money is or where the money might be coming. Should it actually come? That $17.1 trillion sounds real nice right about now. They know they're losing empire. Now they got to find a way to go and stray. Yeah, nuh-uh. You keep your ass right over there on the other side of the goddamn fence where you've been at. We'll take care of our affairs. You try and take care of yours, because at the end of the day, 2045, maybe sooner, is right around the corner. And for those of you who live in Texas, 2022 is literally around the corner. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this goofy ass character by the name of Imposter. We're just gonna call him Imposter because that's what he's doing. Down in the comments, and I'll talk to you in the next one.